very precisely. We have seen not that much volatility. We have seen some volatility, but not a lot, despite the fact that we have seen an array of news that have events rather that have affected the agricultural commodity markets, starting, of course, from the discontinuation of the Black Sea Agreement, which allowed grains from Ukraine to reach the global markets. There was a decision by Russia to withdraw from the agreement a few weeks back. We also saw other policy moves around the world. India, for example, imposed an export ban on non-basmati rice. That also had quite some effect, I will say, in the world market. We have El Nino, ongoing El Nino, that a lot of analysts expect that's going to have some effect on global supplies. But we have not seen great volatility or huge volatility in agricultural markets. And in our opinion, the main reason is the fact that overall markets are well supplied. There are some problems here and there, but if we compare, for example, the situation now with what was going on, let's say, in the spikes of 2007, 2008, what we see is that now markets are very, very well supplied compared to then. For example, inventories now are about 27 or 20% compared to global consumption, and that ratio was only 15% back then. So a lot of events going on the supply side, especially in the policy side, but not much effect on volatility.
I think that's fascinating. And John, I'm fascinated especially because you just focused entirely on the different supply side factors. Let me just switch over and look at the other side of the coin, if I may, because there is no doubt about it. We are all underwhelmed and vaguely disappointed by the Chinese recovery post-reopening as well. Do we need now to not only look at those supply factors you just mentioned, but also about the demand, especially from the biggest driver of demand this century, which is now not acting as a catalyst for further demand, i.e. China?
That's right. Oh, excellent point. Yeah. As you said correctly, I mean, we have issues or we have questions from the Chinese side, and China consumes a lot of commodities, but the most important group of commodities that China plays a big role is metals. China accounts for about 55 to 60% of metal consumption, and I'm talking about all metals, iron ore, aluminum, copper, etc. And we were expecting with the China's reopening late last year that to have a positive impact on metal prices, but we didn't see much movement there either. And we did not see the strength or the demand boost that we originally expected from China. And of course, one of the reasons is that most of the metals that China consumes, some of it goes out to the country for exports, but quite a bit of this stays in the country. But it's mostly consumed by the construction sector, and there are some issues with the construction sector in China. I mean, with not much growth there. That's why we have not seen much movement in the group of commodities that China plays the biggest role. That's right. And of course, China consumes other commodities as well in a big way, like energy, oil, but metals is the main sort of